With the most recent unbannings in Modern, there are many decks to be played, in addition to a boost in power level. But yet this weekend, Joe True got a top 5 finish with a rock deck in the Modern Challenge. And when looking at this list, there are some interesting aspects. The one that sticks out the most is the fact that it's playing 3 Grist the Hunger Tide alongside 2 Agatha Soul Cauldron. This alongside with a throwback card to Abrupt Decay being in the maid, this is one of the stranger lists I've seen. And when looking at the rest of the deck, that is the traditional Saga variant. We're trying to grind out with Saga, but it also has some cool sideboard cards like Toxic Deluge and Shoot the Sheriff. So we're going to be taking this deck through a League of Modern to see how Rock fares after the bannings. Just a friendly reminder before the first match starts to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Match 1, we're on the draw, and we're going to start with a mole. Number 6 is much better here. We will keep putting back a Wooded Foothills. Opponent leads on a Mesa. We top deck a Decay. We will fetch Shock and go turn 1 Goyf. An opponent fires off a Dark Blast on our Goyf. Looks like we're up against some Dredge tech. Opponent plays out a Mana Confluence into a Psychic Frog. Top deck a Forest. We will play that out. Go to combat. Back in with our Goyf, and before blocks, we will Abrupt Decay the Frog. Opponent discards a Stinkweed Imp and a Dark Blast, taking 2. Opponent dredges their Stinkweed Imp, getting a Creeping Chill, and of note, a Silver Smoke Ghoul as well. Opponent cast a Faithless Looting, charging over some things, find another Ghoul, and 2 Ox of Agonuses. And instead, they get 2 Silver Smoke Ghouls back. Another land for us. We will go to combat, tack in for 2, play out our Verdant, and 2 Tarmogoyf. Opponent dredges over 2 Creeping Chills. Opponent casts out an Ox, milling over a Narcomoeba and a Creeping Chill. And they attack in, we will block our Goyf, and they get back 2 Ghouls, so instead we will Surveil. Bobble is not going to do it, so we'll bin that. Another land, and yeah, at this point we're too far behind, so we'll scoop it up and get on to sideboarding. We're going to take out 2 Go for the Throat of Haywire Might and 2 Abrupt Decay for 2 Toxic Deluge, a Grafter's Cage, Soulgate Lantern, and an Unlicensed Hearse. Game 2, we're on the play, and starting hand looks reasonable. Opponent Mulligans, and then starts off with a Gemstone Caverns, exiling a Blood Crypt. So we'll go turn 1 Swamp into a Grafter's Cage. Opponent fires off a Faithless Looting, putting a Stinkweed Imp and a Ox of Agonis. Banish Vault, not a bad pickup here. We'll play out our Goyf into a Verdant, and our end step they do Surveil. Opponent casts out Catharic Union, getting rid of 2 lands. We may play out a Mesa into another Faithless Looting, pinning an Imp and a Narcomoeba. We will Surveil. Okay, Bowmasters is pretty good. We'll keep that one. We'll play out our Vault and attack in for 1. Opponent casts out another Reunion, so yes, we will, in response, cast out our Bowmasters. And they do discard a Thug and a Creeping Chill, and we will shoot the opponent for 3. And they finally find a way to deal with our Grafdigger's Cage. We find a Tomb. We will go to combat, attack with the team. When it's down to 4, we'll play out our Tap Tomb and pass the opponent. Opponent dredges, whiffing. Opponent flashes back Nox. Wow, and they really only hit a Narcomoeba here. And then step they do return back 2 Prize Amalgams. We find a Verdant. Guess we will go to combat and attack in with our 4/4 and our 2/3 Goyf. And opponent blocks like this. Then we will connive with our land on our Bowmasters. Yep, we'll discard 3 spells to put 4 counters on it. Play out a Boseiju. And we'll just pass here. Opponent dredges again, whiffing. It looks like they're about to cast another Ox out. Okay, opponent hits a Narcomoeba and 2 Creeping Chills. Pretty reasonable. And we do get to end up hitting the opponent once with our Bowmasters. Opponent attacks in. We will block one of the Prize Amalgams. And opponent ends up returning a bunch of things. This is not a bad pickup here. We will cast a Toxic Deluge for X is 3. Would wipe out everything except for our creatures. Then we will connive, I guess, on the Bowmasters again here. That's a few cards to discard. I think we're gonna just keep Nile Spellbomb and get rid of everything else here. Lay out our land. Oh yeah, and that's just lethal. All right, let's get on to game 3. Game 3, starting hand, just doesn't have any graveyard hate, so we're gonna mole. And our 6 is also just a little too weak here, so we're gonna go down to 5. Our 5 is much more reasonable, has a way to get graveyard hate, and Bowmaster's just insane in this matchup. They'll just get rid of 2 baubles. Opponent goes Surveil land into a Lightning Helix, pretty cool. We find a land, and I think this is a matchup where we just want to go turn 1 Saga. Okay, opponent goes Reunion, hopefully it's not too bad. Ox to a Narcomoeba. And that's it. Not too bad. Oh my goodness, that was a really good pickup. All right, well, we will fetch out a Swamp here and cast out our Unlicensed Hearse. And we're just going to use this now, getting rid of the Ox and I guess one of the Ghouls. And this is risky, obviously. They could have a way to, you know, get some draw spells, but this is the guaranteed one. I'd rather get rid of that. Okay, opponent gets rid of our Urza Saga into another Narcomoeba. That's a great sign for us. Okay, Grist, not a bad draw. We will play at our Foothills and pass the opponent holding up Bowmasters. Okay, opponent attacks in here. I think we will just fire off the Bowmasters. And opponent plays out a Stinkweed Imp. We will exile 2 cards from the yard. I'm like Grist off the top. Survey land. Don't think we need a land here. Play our Goyf and pass the opponent. Don't cast out another Stinkweed Imp. And they attack in for 2. And we'll activate Hearse again. Now that is a very, very, very good draw. But we're going to play out Grist first here. Pick up and pass. Next turn we get a bunch of life off Shadow Spear plus Unlicensed Hearse. Or just sends the team at us. Playing out a Golgari Thug into another Thug. Okay, Witherbloom Command is not bad either. I do think that is lethal if I'm doing the math correctly. Because this is 8. We can drain them for 2. And then enough attackers. So let's lead by accruing our Unlicensed Hearse with 2 creatures. creatures, cast our Witherbloom command, killing one of the thugs, and then draining the opponent. Then we will down tick our Grist, sacrificing an insect, taking out the Golgari thug, and opponent scoops it up. Let's get on to match number 2. Match 2, we're on the play, and starting hand looks great. We'll go turn 1 shock into another Goyf. Looks like we're up against an amulet deck. Seiju, not a bad pickup here. Fire off Thoughtseize. Yeah, I think this is a pretty easy Spelunking pickup here. And we'll go Saga and attacking for 1. We'll place out a Growth Chamber, picking up their Beseiju. Let's see, Mire, pretty good pickup here. We'll play out our Mire, then we will fetch, picking up another Overgrown Tomb, go to combat, attacking for 3, and we'll just hold up Saga activation. Opponent plays Bounce Land, floating 2, play down a Grazer, then they packed for another Grazer, and in response to this, we will Beseiju their Gold Turf. I think this should mean that we just win. Oh, wait, did I just miscount? No, I didn't. Okay, never mind. Yep, and they just scoop it up there. Whew. For a second, I thought they had 6 mana. Let's get on to game 2. We're going to take out 4 Bowmasters and a Spell Bomb for Haywire Might, 3 Damping Sphere, and shoot the Sheriff. Game 2, hand is a little weird, but I think it's good enough because we can go turn 1 Saga into Springleaf Drum and then Goyf into another Goyf, so I think this is reasonable. Then it goes turn 1 Forest, we'll play out our Saga, then play out our Springleaf Drum, and we'll play out an Amulet into a Bajuk Bog. Okay, that is a really good draw. We will fetch shock, play out our Goyf into our other Goyf, and we'll play out a Spelunking, putting in a Simic Growth Chamber, picking up Beseiju, and then taking out our Saga here, and we'll pick up our Surveil Land. I don't think we need a Shadow Spear. Okay, wow, that was like literally the perfect draw. So we can go Saga, play out Haywire Might, tap it for a green, take out their Spelunking, and cast out our Witherbloom command. I think at this point we just want to mill the opponent, or drain the opponent, and attack in for 10. I'm gonna place out a Crumbling Vestige, we draw a Bauble, and we will go for lethal. An Endurance, pretty good. And they do block our Tarmogoyf here. We technically can save it if we would like to. And this is really bad misplay by me. I think we will save it, sadly. And we will play out our Bauble, play out our Vault, and pass the opponent. Okay, and they do have a Titan here. Things are getting a little sketchy. The opponent gets a land and a Vesuva, getting Besage or Bajuk Bog, exiling our Fatal Push. Instead, we will make a construct. Okay, Abrupt Decay probably can help us here a little bit. Actually, I think from the math I'm doing in my head, I think no matter what, we have lethal. If we make a construct here, we will pick up a Lava Spear Boots, equip it to our 5/5 that doesn't have summoning sickness, or that does have summoning sickness, apologies, and then we will attack in with the team. No matter how they block, this is lethal. Yep, and they just scoop it up there. We're 2-0. Let's get on to the third match. Match 3, we're on the draw, and starting hand is perfectly fine. It goes double Lotus Bloom into a Whirly Plaza. Yeah, that was actually a good pickup here. We will fetch shock and play our Goyf. Tap land for the opponent, another push for us, not great. We will go Saga into another Goyf and attack in for 1. Opponent bolts in a land. We will draw another land for us. Play out our Bloodstained Mire, go to combat, attack in for 2. Opponent plays out a Tameshi, turns a land, and tries to return a Lotus Bloom to their hands. So we'll fetch, pick up a swamp, and fire off a Fatal Push. And they cast out a Hydroelectric Specimen. Alright, we'll take the Specimen out, and then we'll fire off another push on the Tameshi. And opponent plays out a Thundertrap Trainer, picking up a Seagate Restoration. Okay, Abrupt Decay, very good pickup here. We'll float a mana off Saga, picking up a Haywire Might, I believe is the right pickup. Play out our Springleaf Drum, tap our Haywire Might, take out their Bloom, play out our Forest, go to combat. Fatal Push the Thundertrap Trainer after their mana goes away, and poke in for 5 or 10. Opponent plays out another Trainer, and scoops up there. Did not expect to win that one. Let's get on to sideboarding. We're gonna take out 2 Go for the Throat, a Fatal Push for a Haywire Might, Soul Guide Lantern, and a Pithy Needle. Game 2 starting hand just doesn't have any lands, sadly. Alright, I mean, yeah, this hand's good enough. We'll definitely keep it, and I think put back a Cauldron. Okay, opponent plays out 2 Lotus Blooms into a tap land. Abrupt Decay, not bad. We'll play out our Bauble, get their top card. Meshy, it's a good one. And we'll play out our Vault. Land is a fantastic draw for us. We'll play a tap land for the opponent. Bowmasters as well. Yeah, we'll fire off Thoughtseize. I think we're supposed to take the Whir of Invention here, then play out Pithy Needle, naming Tameshi. So we'll do that play. Play out Saga, play out Pithy Needle, naming Tameshi. I'm gonna place out an Archaeologist. Okay, Thoughtseize, great pickup here, holy. Yep, we'll fire that off. I guess we're supposed to take just the Tameshi here. It's the only like really problematic card. And we'll go Wooded Foothills and Shock, playing out our Bowmasters now. I'm gonna go tap land and just place out 2 Blooms. Guess we will make a construct. I think we're just supposed to take Lava Spur Boots here and just try and be aggressive. Another land for the opponent. Springleaf Drum, not a bad one. Play that out, and we'll just Abrupt Decay the blocker now. Puts them on a 2-turn clock, so either they draw something or they lose. And they find a Charbelcher off the top. Pretty good pickup here. Obviously good enough to get it done, so let's get on to game 3. Game 3, starting hand, it's very weird. It's good enough, but I think I want them all. And this hand is definitely a little bit better. We'll keep and put back a Grist. Fire off Bauble, look at their top, being a land essentially, and we will fetch Shock and fire off Thoughtseize. And we'll just take the Charbelcher. Find a Soul Cauldron off the top. We will play our Springleaf Drum and pass. Someone plays out an Archaeologist, and they take a Sink. Saga, fantastic pickup here. And we know they have a Jawari Disruption, so we should just run this out now. Someone plays out a Thundertrap Trainer, picking up a Whir of Invention, Greyland, land, not bad. We will play out our grist here. Pick up, land over land, then we will play our survey land. And we don't need another land. I'm gonna place out an archaeologist. And they do put the +1/+1 counter on it. Okay, another Goyf, not a bad one here. We'll float a mana off Saga. Sadly, I think we do have to get Pithy Needle naming Goblin Charbelcher. Pick up Grist. We will play out a Soul Cauldron into another Goyf. And we'll just pass the opponent here. Tap land for the opponent. We will activate Cauldron. Put a counter on one of our insects. And I think we're supposed to fire off a push here on the 1/4. Another Fatal Push. It's definitely a card. Took up our Grist. We will activate our Cauldron now. Put another +1/+1 counter on one of our insects. Then we shall Fatal Push again. Getting rid of the trainer. Go to combat. Send in with the team. And except they were for 0, picking up a Lotus Bloom. Oh, they have a Tameshi. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty good here. Well, they probably can just end up winning, but I think they can only do this 3 times because we can't just Orcish Bowmasters. Nope, I'm just dumb. I realized. So they can just do all of that, get a bunch of mana, sink our Pithy Needle, activate Charbelcher, and that should be it. Just make sure they have the thing. Yep, -23, and opponent gets us. We will get on to match number 4. Match 4, we're on the draw. Starting hand just a little too weak here. 6 is also too weak. All right, guess we're down to 4. All right, I mean, I guess this is a hand here, so we'll keep this. And this is honestly a pretty good 4 here. We will start on Verdant, Fetch Shock, and play out our Goyf. Then goes turn 1 Surveil, spinning a Forest. 5 Vault, we will play out Saga, attacking for 1. We'll plays out an Eldrazi Temple into Talisman, and an Ancient Stirrings. Picking up a World Breaker. Interesting. Well, I guess that means we're taking out their Eldrazi Temple. Don't really think we're gonna have a better opportunity to do something like this. Another land, not a great draw for us. Better Vault, go to combat, and just hold up Saga here. I'm gonna cast out a Myco Spawn, picking up an Eldrazi Temple. We shall make a construct. Okay, Bobble, actually pretty good draw here. Sadly, the only way we're winning this game is by being aggro. So we'll get our boots, get an Overgrown Tomb, whip our construct, play out Bobble, and attack in here. We don't have any good blocks. Yep, they block our Goyf. I do think it's worth bobbling here. And yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Yep, opponent casts out a World Breaker, taking out a construct. I mean, that's certainly a draw. Guess we equip our Goyf and go to combat. And they do block the Goyf, going down to 4. That's a pretty good one. Devour. The land will not really help us here. I think I'm supposed to attack in here with both. All right, yeah, I had a feeling they were going to block like this. So we just fire off a push on, I guess, World Breaker here. That will grow our Goyf to a 7/7. Then we will connive on our Goyf. And I guess we'll keep a Grist here. Don't think we're out of this game, funnily enough. Another Talisman for the opponent. Land for us. We will play Grist out. We will tick up, play out land here, equipped insect, attack in with team because they're forced to block the Tarmogoyf. If they have any spells, we lose anyway. And this is actually a little bit better because we don't actually have to end up killing the World Breaker. And they have a K return. Wow, that is pretty good. That's so good. I'm gonna cast out a Rumble, picking up a Breaker of Creation. And I think they're just gonna end up gaining too much life here. And yeah, I guess we will just fire this off, see what happens. And we will scoop it up and get on to sideboarding. We're gonna take out 4 Bowmasters and a Nile Spellbomb for 4 Break the Ice and a Shoot the Sheriff. Oh, this mana base. It's hurting me. It's hurting me. We got them all. Okay, much better hand. We will keep and put back a Bobble. We will Fetch Shock and go turn 1 Goyf and run out Bobble as well. It goes turn 1 Force into a Utopia Sprawl. Thoughtseize, not bad. Bobble them. And I don't think I'm concerned as much about their 3 drops here, so I'm gonna actually take this opportunity to run out a Tarmogoyf. I'm attacking for 2. Saga, pretty good draw. It goes Talisman into a Hedge Maze. A Fatal Push. Yeah, I think we do have to fire off a Thoughtseize here. Force of Vigor. Interesting. We will take the Micro Spawn, play out our Saga, and then go to combat, attacking in for 7. And opponent just scoops it up. All right, this is we finally get a 7, so I'm pretty excited about that. Opponent reveals a Devour, exiling a Temple of Missionary Force and Emrakul. And they put out a Labyrinth, exiling their Devour. Okay, another land, pretty good here. We will Fetch Shock, fire off Thoughtseize. All right, what a hand. What a hand. Fatal Push, that's an okay draw. I think we just want to get pressure going here. So I'm going to play out the Goyf. Yep, and opponent picks up a Hedge Mate, spinning a Force of Vigor. Opponent casts out a Malevolent Rumble. Wow, they brought in Surgical Extraction for this matchup. Interesting. And they do take the Eldrazi Temple here. And we will Surveil, spinning a land. Another land. Okay. I think we're going to take this opportunity to just run out our Grist. And we do mill over to Barpicay, growing our Goyf. That's pretty nice. Okay, opponent plays out a Micro Spawn, taking out our Surveil land. Opponent picks up another Temple. Really Drum, not a bad pickup here. Play that out. Then we will cast a Break the Ice on their Ugin's Labyrinth. Go to combat, attack in with our Goyf, play out Forest, and took up Goyf. Opponent plays out their Breaker of Creation. Then they attack our Grist. A Bobble, not a bad pickup here. Pick up with our Grist. And we will cast a Witherbloom command, draining them. and milling ourselves. And I guess we will pick up a Spy Master's Vault, cast out our Bauble, play our Vault, and I guess we attack in here, right? I don't think so. We'll wait a turn. Okay, opponent attacks in here. We will sacrifice 2 insects, block like so. Bauble the opponent. Yep, and they do Kozilek's command, but we'll float a mana and push the micro spawn. Let that happen. And we see their top card is a micro spawn, and we will use our thing to connive the insect. Get rid of these lands and a bauble. Okay, we draw a Goyf and a land. As we tick up, getting rid of a shoot the sheriff, play out our Goyf, and we'll hold land for the Spy Master's Vault here. Yep, an opponent smart here, kicks out the spawn, taking rid of our vault. Pick up a shifting woodland. And yeah, I think at this point we're just gonna be too far behind. Not gonna be able to beat the Eldrazi's because even if we kill this, they can just shifting woodland it. So we will scoop it up there and get on to match number 5. Match 5, we are on the draw and turn hand's fine. Saga is a good draw. It will shock in our land and play out our Nether Goyf. And instead bonus surveils. We play out a Hall, we will fire off Thoughtseize. Yep, meets a counter spell, that's fine. We will play out Saga into a Haywire Mite and attack in for 1. I'm gonna cast a Tune the Narrative. Wow. Yep, nope. That is a card. All right, do we get a land? No, we do not. All right, play out Shadow Spear. Yeah, they also miss a land. All right, we get a push. Yep, and another non-land. I think we'll just scoop it up here and get on to match 2. I'm in game 2, oopsies. And our sideboard plan kind of sucks here. We'll take out 4 push for Soul Guide Lantern, Haywire Mite, Unlicensed Hearse, and a Pithy Needle. Game 2, starting hand looks great. We'll start on a Fetch Shock into a Goyf. Bauble, not a bad draw here. Play that out. Look at our opponent's top card. Solitude. Ugh. We will play out a Forest. And I think we're just going to cast a Bowmasters now. And poke in for... Oh, I forgot to attack. Oopsies. Opponent bends a 5 mana Teferi. Interesting. Rest in peace. Oh, yikes. Okay, land's not bad. We will abrupt decay that, play out our land, and fire off a Thoughtseize. I think we take the Solitude here. It's like the only real 2-for-1. Opponent fires off a Prismatic Ending on our Goyf. Find a land. We will play out our Cauldron, exile the Solitude, and play out our Lantern into a Verdant. Then we will attack in for 3. Opponent goes land. Instead, we will surveil. Oh, not what we're looking for. Okay, Goyf, not bad. We will try and run that out. Go to combat, attack in. Oh, it cycles a Shark Typhoon. We will sacrifice our Soul Guide Lantern, see if we get one of our weird removal spells. Nope. They trade, going down to 6. We can fire off our Thoughtseize. Yep, well, taking Solitude. Another ending on the Goyf. We will exile their Solitude, getting a +1/+1 on our Orc. Seiju, not a great draw. Second, I think we're supposed to exile our Bowmasters because we do have, what's it called? With a Bloom command, we have a Purge. Good. Pretty good. Oh, picks up Kahira. Yes, Springleaf Drum, what a great draw. Oh, runs out of Kahira. Abrupt decay, that's all right. Another Surveillant from the opponent. Okay, Bowmaster, good draw. Instead, we will fire off a Bowmaster, shoot the opponent, then we will abrupt decay the Kahira. Another land, not great. We will get a combat, back in with the team. Yeah, this is not great. Yep, and no blocks from the opponent. Opponent attacks in for 3, and they tune the narrative. Okay, Tarmogoyf is a card. They fire off a counter spell. I guess we just gotta hold back our arc. And opponent plays out to Fairy, and that will be good enough for them. All right, so we ended up going 3 and 2, or 2 and 3, apologies. Not the best showing for us. And I do think we ran into some poor matchups. I couldn't imagine that Eldrazi is like even remotely winnable. I think we're more tailored for like the energy matchups and stuff like that. I do think that my consensus is that the skeleton of this deck is still very viable. I think I'd be getting rid of the Soul Cauldron, Grist shenanigans. It's just, it never came on in 5 games, never even got like remotely close to turning on. So overall, not a huge fan of that package, and I don't know about the sideboard. I think it was perfectly fine. I don't know. Damping Sphere, never been my favorite card, but I do understand. I'm not sure how good Shoot the Sheriff is, but other than that, obviously, deck's still rocking. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.